Hi everybody and welcome to the weekly homework video. Okay, so let me share my screen with you and then we'll talk about what it is we're doing. Share screen. Okay, so first thing we need to do is you'll recognize this question now. What I like when I make these videos, these homework videos, I don't like to remind you of how we did things because I think it's very important that you sort of recollect from your memory, because that's always the best thing to do, is always to see if you can remember all by yourself how you approach these sort of questions. And of course, if you really don't remember, then obviously do ask your parent to get in touch and I'll go through it with you again. But hopefully you remember how to solve this sort of question. So we've got eat is too solid, as drink is too, and then we have 4 options. So pause the video here, answer it, and then play the video again because we've got another question. Fire is to burn, as ice is to. Okay, so pause the video and then play once you've answered this question. Bread is to bake, as tea is to. Okay, and so pause the video if you need to, and then play the video when you have finished this question. Okay, so now that we have finished those 3 verbal reasoning questions, I hope you agree, but I think that it has been quite a welcome break of activities this week with our verbal reasoning. I think the verbal reasoning that we did this week is pretty straightforward and you know, almost quite fun, relatively speaking, compared to the ones that we have been doing. We've been doing some very, very challenging reasoning questions. So it's quite nice to come across this sort of question, which I think, I mean, you don't have to agree, but I think is a lot more pleasant and a lot easier to approach. So let's move on now to the next. I'm going to have to hide my camera 2 seconds, otherwise you won't be able to see the text. Okay, so on the screen, you can see a picture of a ship. And I'm going to read the text to you, and then I'm going to tell you what it is you need to do. It cruises along a vast blue blanket, heading for paradise. Leading with its nose, its sole purpose is to deliver paradise-hungry holidaymakers to exotic islands. The sky above is a captivating shade of blue and home to clouds, which are heading in the opposite direction. The slight scent of the roaring engine pales in contrast to the delicious buffet being prepared by the hard-working chef and his team. Okay, so a very, 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 very short text about this cruise ship. But what you need to do is, can you critique the text? So in other words, can you look at this text and tell me what is good about it and what isn't so good about it, but make sure that you make references to the use of figurative language. So did I use enough figurative language? Could I have used more? Did I use any? Use of senses. Have I used too many senses? Have I not used enough senses? Have I used no senses? What do you think? Use of varied sentence openers. Do all my sentences begin with the same word class, or do I vary them? And use of sentence types. So do I only have simple sentences, or do I have complex sentences? Do I have compound sentences? What do you reckon? And then once you've done that, maybe just write 1 or 2 more sentences talking about anything else that you think is good or needs improving about this text. And remember, we are learning how to be good critics of writing. So I won't be offended if you say that something is improving. It only took me about a minute, 2 minutes to write this. So I'm not going to be offended if there's anything that you think I need to improve on. So whatever you feel, whatever you think about this text, make sure you say it. Okay. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.